Alright, John Oakes here with Hankster's Hot Rods here in our Homer City, Pennsylvania showroom today. And today we're going to go over our newest addition to our inventory. This is a 1987 Oldsmobile Cutlass 442. These cars are becoming really popular as of late, especially with us. We can't seem to keep them in here. They sell really well. So this is another very nice example of a car that we've got here. So 1987, it's got the two-tone charcoal and silver paint on this car. That would have been a common color scheme for this 442. It's all original too, by the way. So you got the steel hood, your bumpers and so forth. They're going to be painted body color, and we'll get to those as we get to the front and rear of the car. Of course, then separating that two-tone color scheme are the gold stripes here that you would find on the 442s here. You also have the gold decals here that signify that it was dressed up as a 442. You also have the chrome. These are the chrome and the gold painted rally wheels. These are your factory rally wheels for the Oldsmobile. Got the correct centers on them and so forth. And the Cobra Radial GT tires on all four corners. These are 215/65. R15s on all four, so it makes rotating tires and so forth really easy with this particular vehicle. As far as panel fitment and so forth on this car, you can see real nice panel fitment. You can see the gaps on the front side and the back side of the door. All your body lines all line up. All the elevations with the front fender and the rear quarter panels are dead on this car. It does have the factory mirrors on it, both on the driver's side and passenger side. Of course, they are painted factory color here with the charcoal paint. Glass on those mirrors are in great shape too. All the glass on this car in particular is really nice. As you can see here, the side glass here for your driver's side door and the quarter window back here, free of any chips, cracks, or scratches. They are tinted windows, as you can see. Also with this car, you've got the T-tops here. And those are fitted really nice also. Your bright work, your trim along the T-tops, along all of your A-pillars, down along the back side here of your C-pillar. All of the trim work here is in really nice shape. Super straight, no dents or dings, polished up really nice. It looks really good. We'll open up our door and check out the interior. It's got, again, the factory interior in it. It's kind of like a combination of vinyl on the sides along with the velour down the centers of the front bucket seats along with the rear bench seat. It's the factory dash, factory instrumentation, all factory gauges. It is tilt wheel. It's got cruise control. It's the factory steering wheel, factory heat and air conditioning controls. It does have an aftermarket Pioneer AM/FM CD player in it though. This car also has a couple of options on it, power windows and power door locks on it as well. As far as your seals that we always go over, all of your weather stripping and seals on this car are in excellent shape. They're nice and soft yet. There's no rips or tears in any of it. Really nice. It's going to seal up well for you from the outside elements. Threshold plates, carpeting, all of that stuff is in really good shape on this car. We'll go ahead and close this up. Work our way towards the back. Again, all the panels on this car super straight as you look down the side of the car. We get to the rear now. Now again, you've got your Oldsmobile taillights here. The lenses on those are in great shape. You got the Olds Rocket right there in the center of it there. Your trunk lid itself is in nice shape and it fits really well. You can see those gaps the whole way around. Elevations with the quarter panels are right on. Of course, your rear window here, it is a tinted window as well. All of your trim, your bright work around that window is in great shape. And it does have, I know it's probably hard to see, but it does have that third brake light in there. Again, these cars, the older ones like the 84s and so forth, they didn't come factory with a third brake light, and you can tell that because your defroster that's in that rear window just runs straight across the window. Cars that had the third brake light, they were trimmed out for that so that you didn't have that problem there. So again, on your trunk lid, you've got, again, the 442 Oldsmobile decals here. Of course, your backup lights too, those are in great shape. The lenses on those are in really nice condition. Your bumper, again, painted body color here. Again, two-toned on it. You've got your charcoal and your silver down below with your gold stripes as well. Now we'll go ahead and open our trunk lid up, take a look inside. and see the condition of the trunk here. So as we open it up, first thing you noticed was the key works in the lock. Your hinges and the trunk spring, those all function as they should. As you can see, it's holding everything up on its own. Got your decals back here for your spare tire and your jack instructions. And then you do have the little rubber bumpers on the trunk lid, and then all of your trunk seals here in weather stripping in excellent condition. Of course, you've got the trunk mat in here. That's in great shape too. A complete car cover. And you have a set of 442 floor mats to put inside if you wish. Inside of the passenger side rear quarter panel, you've got the jack back there as well. So that may come in handy if you get a flat. And you also have the bags here for your T-tops to go into. So all of that is in really nice condition back here. So we'll close that up. And it shuts nice too. So we'll come around passenger side. Again, this side's just as straight as the rest of the car is. We've already gone over the wheels and tires. You can just see the condition of them on this side. Again, now over on the passenger side, your glass is in great shape. No chips, cracks, or scratches on any of this, including that rear quarter window. Your T-tops are in great shape too. All of your bright work, again, in great shape. You can see your gaps to the back side of the door, gaps to the front side of the door, very uniform. I've already mentioned it had the mirrors on both sides too. We'll go ahead and take a look from the passenger side now. That way you get the view from both sides. Again, just notice that the seats are in really good shape. Upholstery, there's no rips or tears in any of it. Your dash is in great shape. The carpeting, no rips or tears there. And down on the floor, you're going to see there's a bunch of books and documentation that come with this car. So all of what you see there will come with the car if you decide to purchase it. Close that up, and again, both doors shut very nice as we walk our way around here. So as we get to the front end now, again, your front end, the bumper is painted, again, that two-tone paint. You've got the charcoal up top, the silver down below, the gold stripes. Headlights, these are your glass lenses. Again, those are in great shape. There's no chips or cracks in those. Down below, your marker lights, no chips or cracks in any of that. Grills are in very nice shape on this car, all intact, nothing broke, nothing out of place there. Again, this is your factory steel hood here too. You can see all your gaps and elevations on the hood. Those are in excellent, they've been adjusted very well in this car. Also the windshield, no chips or cracks in that. All of your trim work around that, just as nice as the rest of the car there. Of course, you've got your ornament up here on the front of the car here. That's in great shape. It's nice and tight. Again, you've got your chrome strip up the center of the hood there too, and that all looks good. Now, this car, the hood latch or the hood pop is inside, so we will go ahead and open that up next. So the first thing is you can see that does function as it should. It's popped that open. There is your secondary latch in here. We'll get that open. There we go. And again, with the hood open, the hood hinges and springs, those function as they should, as they are holding everything up on their own. The hood insulation, again, this is all original stuff, so the hood insulation is still in very good shape. Not too much hanging down there, but again, like I said, this is all original stuff. The original 307 cubic inch motor here, so everything you see here is going to be factory original. Your heat and AC, that's all factory, and again, it's all hooked up and functioning. This is a power steering, power brake car, obviously. Disc brakes up front, drums on the rear. And as far as the exhaust, it starts with the exhaust manifolds here, goes into the catalytic converter, then it wires off into two, I believe they were called quiet flow mufflers on the back, and then the dual tailpipes also there. Again, all factory stock style radiator with the shroud. You've got your fan in there, alternator. You've got your air duct here to get the air to the air cleaner. Like I said, just everything here, all factory stock, factory original for this car. Now behind this 307 motor, we've got the 200 R4 automatic transmission, and then for the rear end, it is the GM 10 bolt. It's the Big 10, it's the 8.5-inch ring gear, so it's a good strong unit back there. It's a 373 gear in that rear end too. So that's pretty much it for around the outside and kind of the general all about the car. What we'll do next, as we always do, is get this on our lift, show you the complete underside of this vehicle. It looks just as great as the rest of this does outside here. And then we'll finally fire this motor up and let you hear what this 307 Olds sounds like with the exhaust that's on it. Alright, so we are now standing underneath our 1987 Olds Cutlass 442. This thing is in excellent condition, both top side and underside. So we're going to go through the bottom side now with you. Going over steering, suspension, frame, floors, drivetrain, you name it. If it's under here, we're going to pretty much try to go over here with you so you know exactly what we've got underneath here. So starting at the front of our 87 Cutlass here, we're going to start with the suspension. Now this is just going to be your factory suspension for the 442. Stock cross member, stock upper and lower control arms on this. Ball joints on both top side and bottom sides are in great shape. You can tell everything's been maintained on this car throughout the years. Now as far as the rest of the suspension, it does have the front sway bar. Now that's a pretty heavy duty looking sway bar for this car. Again, this probably would have been factory on the 442. So front sway bar. The bushings at the frame on both of those are in great shape. The sway bar and link bushings, those are in good shape too. As far as the steering goes on this car, this is a power steering car. Now you can't probably see from that angle, but the tie rods are to the front sides here of the control arms. Tie rods again are in great shape. Straight. The ball joints on both ends on each one are in good shape. The little rubber dust boot covers, those are all intact on it as well. And again, you can tell it's been maintained through the years. So that's the front suspension, that's the steering. Now as far as the brakes, it is power brakes also. You do have the disc brakes up front. Those are just all stock factory stuff there. And on the back, you've got drum brakes on the rear. And you'll get a glimpse of that as we get to the rear of the car there. As far as the stuff up front here, then we can go over next. We can start with the drive line on this car. So it's got the 307 Olds motor. That would be the original motor for the car. It is backed up with a 204R transmission. This would be your automatic, like your overdrive type transmission here for it. Then as far as your transmission cross member here, got this nice piece right here. This is all factory again. The mount, the bushing, everything is all in great shape on this. Then of course up at your tail shaft here, the seal, the output shaft for your transmission where your slip yoke goes in, that is dry. The pan itself on the transmission as well as the motor, those are all dry from leaks or drips too, so nothing there. As we come back, we've got our drive shaft. Again, it's balanced. That's going to eliminate a lot of the vibrations that you may feel in the drive line. And then to finish out the drive line, we've got the 10-bolt rear end here. It's a GM 10-bolt. It's the Big 10. It's the 8.5-inch ring gear. And for the gear in there, it's a 373 gear in that rear end. Now, for the rear suspension, you've got your typical metric 4-link back here. So your lower control arms, you've got your upper control arms there. You can see it does have the sway bar back here as well. Again, that is probably a factory piece for the Olds 442. Now the rest of what you see underneath here as far as the exhaust, probably still the stock exhaust, you know, setup for this car. You can see it comes down off of both of your exhaust manifolds here, tapers into one catalytic converter right here, and then that wires off into your dual mufflers. And these are dual quiet flow is what I see on the bottoms of these quiet flow mufflers. Then of course we've got the tailpipes up over top of the rear housing, and then those exit out right underneath each of the rear quarter panels on the car. The fuel tank itself looks to be in great shape. There's no dents or dings, just all painted up. You can see the spare tire provision here that comes down from the trunk. That's all in great shape too. Shocks on the back, looks like they've added a set of air shocks. That's going to help you to adjust the rear ride height on the car, give it a little bit of rake if you'd like to. They're easily adjustable just by using an air hose. Wheels and tires on this car. It does have the factory steel rally wheels on it for the Oldsmobile. It's got the 442 center caps on them as well. They are 15/7 wheels on all four corners, and the tires are all the same size and brand the whole way around. These are Cobra Radial GT tires, and the sizes are 215, 65, 15s, like I said, both front and rear. And again, that makes it nice when you're rotating tires too. You can just flip them, don't have to worry about sizes and so forth when they're all the same size. Now, as far as the frame and the floors, the frame's in great shape. Nothing really to point out or talk about there other than it's nice and straight, good and square the whole way back. The floors, you can see this thing, excellent condition. No patching, no holes, no nothing like that. Frame and floors are in as good a condition as what you're going to find. All your bracing is here too, all the way from front to back. The floors look great. Brake lines all run along inside of the frame rail here where they can be. Those all look good. The emergency brake, that is all hooked up too. And fuel lines too. Those all are placed nicely as you go back the sides of the car here within the frame rails. Pinch welds look great. Rockers look great on the car. And everything about this thing underneath looks really, really good. So that's our 87 Cutlass 442. We're going to now lower it down off the lift, and then finally we'll open the hood up, fire that motor up. That way you get to hear what that motor sounds like.